Hey everyone, welcome to another installment of Harry Potter Theory. Today, we're going to be discussing Hogwarts and House-Elves. More specifically, we're going to be tackling the question of who owns the House-Elves located at Hogwarts. Winky belonged to the Crouch family, Dobby used to belong to the Malfoy family, and Kreacher belongs to the Black family. But who owned all of the House-Elves at Hogwarts, where supposedly the largest concentration of house-elves existed, at least according to Nearly Headless Nick. "There are house-elves here?" Hermione said, staring, horror-struck at Nearly Headless Nick. "Here at Hogwarts?" "Certainly," said Nearly Headless Nick, looking surprised at her reaction. "The largest number in any dwelling in Britain, I believe, over 100. If the UK's finest wizarding institution enslaves the largest number of house-elves, then who puts them to work? Who owns them?" There are a few passages from the books that give us an idea. The first involves Fred and George discussing who owns Dobby, and it's here that we learn something about how house-elves may be passed down. "Well, whoever owns Dobby will be an old wizarding family, and they'll be rich," said Fred. "Yeah, Mum's always wishing we had a house-elf to do the ironing," said George, "but all we've got is a lousy old ghoul in the attic, and gnomes all over the garden. House-elves come with big old manors and castles and places like that. You wouldn't catch one in our house." What I gathered from this passage is that house-elves are passed down with the property itself. Dobby seems to confirm this in the Chamber of Secrets, but also indicates that he is bound to serve one family and house forever. "Dobby had to punish himself, sir," said the elf, who had gone slightly cross-eyed. "Dobby almost spoke ill of his family, sir." "Your family?" "The wizard family Dobby serves, sir. Dobby is a house elf, bound to serve one house and one family forever." If house elves are bound to serve one family and one house forever, then who on earth owns all of the elves at Hogwarts? Hogwarts is constantly changing management, and no one really owns the property, right? To add to this, the house elves at Hogwarts seem to be entirely resistant to the idea of being freed, going as far as to avoid cleaning Gryffindor Tower because of the knitted hats that Hermione kept leaving around. Are these house elves descended from elves originally owned by the 4 Hogwarts founders? Do they belong to the castle itself? Or were they relocated to Hogwarts from somewhere else? In Chapter 21 of the Goblet of Fire, there's a passage that gives us the answer. "Can't house elves speak their minds about their masters then?" Harry asked. "Oh no, sir, no," said Dobby, looking suddenly serious. "'Tis part of the house-elves' enslavement, sir. We keep their secrets and our silence, sir. We uphold the family's honor, and we never speak ill of them, though Professor Dumbledore told Dobby he does not insist upon this. Professor Dumbledore said we is free to... Dobby looked suddenly nervous and beckoned Harry closer. Harry bent forward. Dobby whispered, "He said we is free to call him a balmy old codger, if we like, sir." This means that the house-elves of Hogwarts belong to the current headmistress or headmaster, and as it turns out, it was Helga Hufflepuff of all people who first brought them to Hogwarts, as indicated by Rowling in an interview. Yeah, it's a complicated issue. I would say that Hufflepuff did what was the most moral thing to do at that time, and we're talking about over 1,000 years ago, so that would be to give them good conditions of work. There was no kind of activism there, so no one's going to say, "Here's an idea, let's free them. Let's pay them." It was just, we'll bring them somewhere they can work and not be abused. And that's it for this video. If you enjoy the content, please be sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel. Until next time, remember, it does not do to dwell on dreams and forget to live.